strangest things that have washed ashore. Number 28. Sports fly swatters. In 2012, dozens of these fly swatters began washing ashore off the coast of Alaska. It isn't common for containers being transported from Asia to the west to fall off the ships and eventually wash ashore. Alaskans had a selection of collegates and professional teams to choose from when the fly swatters wash ashore. Number 27. The Montauk Monster. The Montauk Monster made its debut in 2008 when it washed up on a beach in New York. It has been the topic of controversy since then, leading people to believe it's some kind of fantasy monster. After much comparison, researchers and zoologists concluded that the creature is a bloated, half-decayed raccoon. Number 26. Doritos. Another shipping container malfunction results in a beach gathering experience and a popular snack. On November 30th, 2006, everyone flocked to the Outer Banks of North Carolina's beaches to grab their fair share of the thousands of packages of chips that floated to the sandy banks. Number 25. Hundreds of squid. The beaches of Newport saw not a dozen, but hundreds of giant squids wash ashore on September of 2005. Authorities say the squids were either pursuing a meal too close to the shore, or warmer temperatures did it in for the squid. Number 24. Human feet. The poor people of British Columbia and Washington State have been finding severed feet inside of washed-up tennis shoes since 2007. There has been a record of at least 15 human feet that have been found in washed-up shoes. Number 23. A giant sturgeon fish. The monster at Foley Beach became the topic of almost every conversation in March of 2012, when a dead sturgeon fish washed ashore and had the appearance of a monster rather than a prehistoric fish. Number 22. A bomb. In August 2015, a Welsh family were shocked to find out that the object that their kids had been jumping on all afternoon was not a buoy as they previously thought, but a World War II unexploded bomb. Thank goodness no one was hurt, and the Royal Navy Coast Guard detonated the bomb in a controlled explosion shortly after. Number 21. Larger-than-life driftwood. If you have ever read the book or even seen the series Twilight, you may be familiar with La Push Beach in Washington State. Turns out not only is the beach a real place, but it is the location of some of the largest driftwood in the world. Take a look at this huge tree that drifted out to sea and washed ashore again. Number 20. Jellyfish. Jellyfish washed ashore from time to time, but never quite like this. In August of 2014, thousands of these uncommon jellyfish, called by the wind sailors, washed into the beaches in California, Washington, and Oregon, leaving beachgoers puzzled. Number 19. Bananas. In 2007, 6 containers filled with unripe bananas fell from a cargo ship during a storm and washed ashore on a Dutch island. People flocked by the thousands to gather the fruit, while others suggested it all be donated to a nearby zoo. Number 18. A dead whale. In 2011, a 25-meter dead whale washed up on the beaches in Italy overnight. Viewers grabbed their cameras and were quick to snap some proof of this enormous sea creature. The body was later disposed of by the Port Authority. Number 17. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Thousands of cans of coffee washed up on the shores of Florida Beach in December of 2015. If you're one of the lucky ones, able to scoop up some of the free Joe, just know you've made the rest of us jealous. Number 16. A megamouth shark. In January of 2015 saw the rare megamouth shark washed ashore in the Philippines. What a fisherman thought was simply just a regular shark turned out to be a very rare 15-foot megamouth shark with 50 rows of teeth. Number 15. Megalodon tooth. In October of 2015, a prehistoric megalodon tooth washed ashore the North Topsail Beach in North Carolina. The director of the Aurora Fossil Museum was ecstatic, saying it was nice to have come across something that will help connect the past and present records of paleontology in North Carolina. Number 14. Part of a space rocket. A man found a piece of a rocket laying washed up on a Mexican beach. After some research, he discovered the panel came from a company called Ariane, which makes launch vehicles for space. The company is stationed in Europe, and the piece is thought to have been discarded in an altitude of 150 kilometers, then fell into the ocean where it washed ashore to be found in Mexico. Number 13. World War II artifacts. While this individual found these artifacts while walking along the coastline in Okinawa, Japan, dozens of others have come forward with their findings like M1 rifles, artillery shells, and countless bullet casings. It seems as though everything lost during the war is slowly finding its way back to civilization. Number 12. Manta rays. In February of 2013, more than 200 manta rays washed up along the beaches of Gaza City. Many local fishermen were excited by the find, and they quickly started hauling them away to be sold. Number 11. A plane. This Lockheed P-38 Lightning plane has been buried underneath the sand since 1942, when the engine cut out during a training lesson. The pilot escaped unharmed, but the plane wasn't found until 2007, when the currents have moved enough of the sand to uncover the incredible find. Number 10. A crocodile head. A couple walking along a beach in South Africa came across a clean-cut crocodile head. They never found the answers to where it came from, or why it was so cleanly cut, but their picture of the head went viral. Number 9. Rubber ducks. In 1992, a crate of 28,000 rubber ducks and other bath toys fell off a cargo ship. Even today, over 20 years later, people are coming across these little yellow friends after they have washed ashore. Number 8. A mammoth bone. In 2007, a lucky dog named Daisy found one of the biggest bones of her life while taking a stroll on the beach with her owners. She saw the bone sticking out of the sand and stopped to stare. Her owner, Dennis, walked over and pulled it out. After showing their discovery to a geologist, they learned that it was the bone of a mammoth that walked the land over 2 million years ago. Number 7. A monster. What many are calling a monster since it washed ashore in 2013 is probably nothing more than an oarfish. However, whatever this thing is that washed up ashore in Spain, it is certainly disturbing. Number 6. A little fish skeleton. It is rather common to stumble across fish skeletons or even fossilized fish while taking a stroll along the beach. It is definitely awesome when you discover one for yourself. Number 5. Trunkle the massive white blob. Trunkle was the name given to a giant white mass that floated ashore a beach in South Africa in 1924. Witnesses claim they saw the white mass engaged in a 3-hour battle with 2 killer whales before it floated towards the shore. After it had washed ashore, it rotted on the beach for 10 days before finally being washed out to sea forever. Surprisingly, not one scientist came to check out the blob before it returned to the sea. The only remaining evidence of the matter is this picture. Number 4. A motorcycle. Sometimes you can spot a motorcycle at the beach, but usually it's parked over by the cars. What makes this motorcycle story an interesting one is the distance it traveled before it was found. The motorcycle was purchased and owned by a man in Japan, but after a huge tsunami hit, the bike was lost forever. However, about a year later, a rusted up motorcycle washed up on a Canadian shore. Baffling all after the connection of the previous owner was made, the motorcycle traveled over 40,000 miles across the Pacific Ocean before it was found and returned to its owner. Number 3. A whale shark. While the whale shark didn't wash up on a beach, the owner of the boat that hauled this shark in says it was dead when the man found it. It took 4 hours and 2 cranes to lift a 15,000-pound shark out of the water. As it was reported, the enormous fish measured between 35 and 40 feet in length. It was later cut apart and sold as meat for a little over $2,000. Number 2. A giant Lego man. At least 4 different versions of this giant Lego man have been spotted on beaches around the world. The first one being spotted in 2007 in the Netherlands. The Lego figurine has also been spotted on Brighton Beach in 2008, Siesta Key Beach in 2011, and in 2012, he appeared on a beach of Los Angeles. Number 1. Millions of dollars in gold coins. In July of 2015, a crew recovered 300 gold coins valued at $4.5 million. The coins were lost at sea over 300 years ago. In 1715, a fleet of 11 ships traveled from Havana to Spain carrying the Queen's jewels. However, on July 31st, 1715, a hurricane hit and all the treasure and jewels were lost to the sea.